Hey everyone, it's Full Self-Driven back again with another video. It is July 28th. We are still out here currently waiting for 12.5. I'm on hardware 3, so I am of the big majority of cars that are not optimized for the update yet. I'm thinking we are starting to get to the point where we no longer are gonna be getting updates here soon. Elon said it would be close to the end of the year. I'm thinking we're getting there since, Hardware 4 has been getting the updates. Hardware 3 did get 12.4, but then they stopped the release of 12.4. So some cars out there with 12.4 Hardware 3 vehicles, but then when they put out 12.5, they haven't released it to anything but Hardware 4 or AI 4 for now. So we're just in the waiting game. I'm used to that. It's been a waiting game ever since I got the car. It's not doing the correct route now. Someone let me out, so I'll just go for it. But it was gonna make a left there, and should have gone down and made a right. But it is what it is. We will go in here and click done. I may not have updated the route properly to finish it, but it's fine. We'll take you through the Marietta Square downtown area. But yeah, I received multiple updates. It took a while for me to get on to full self-driving software updates way back 2+ years ago, 2 years ago when I got the car. And it's kind of just been a waiting game ever since. Sometimes I'll get the updates right when they're pushed. Sometimes we won't receive them till later on afterwards, but it's all just part of the game. I probably won't be getting a hardware 4 car or AI 4 car. I'll wait till they update to hardware 5 in the next 18 months to 2 years or whatever it is, and then I'll update my car. Then I'll be about at a 5-year mark, and then it might make more sense. It says it's going to make a right here, but then it got in the left lane. It obviously has to stop for the pedestrians, but it's very confusing because it wants to make a right here, and it's in the left turn lane right now, and now it's going to go right. It's very confusing. There was a car coming up, but it wasn't there yet. It's a very dangerous situation in some instances. Like, I saw what it was going to do on my map, and up here it was showing, but the car was, I don't know if it didn't realize that was a right-hand turn lane. I mean, I don't know what else it would have been other than a bus lane. But yeah, we've got a series of short stops, multiple close ones where you're just going to see a lot of turns, and just kind of testing the software, hoping that we'll get 12.5. I will take this route that I'm doing currently, do it again on the next update, whenever that will be, because I've been on 12.3 for I think now 2 or 3 months. I've been putting out 12.3 updates. We've had here and there. Like, I just got a new update the other day. What was it? It was 20.9, I believe. Yeah, 20.9. So that came out. I updated to that. It's no different. It's still 12.3.6. I'm sure there's some minor improvements here and there, and this, that, and the other, but I don't have many issues with this update. I just know that it could be better from videos I've seen. Maybe maybe my car is starting to get to the point where it's not going to get better or be able to get better. This guy's gonna get out of the right lane, it looks like, or out of the left lane into the right lane. He's trying to get over. He's got his right turn signal on, so that might trip us up. I don't think the car will go around him on the left-hand side around a double solid, but I do have a video a week or two ago I posted that did have the car going over a double solid. Not around a car, just around a blind corner. Luckily there was no one coming the other direction, but it's still a very dangerous situation. Oh, thanks again. We just started, I think we just hit 750 or maybe 800 subscribers, so we really appreciate it. Everyone that has given us, comments and tips and tricks and just support, Really can't thank you enough. I do this on the side. I just enjoy it. I started it just for friends, really, to be able to see the software and really get a feel for what I use and how it gets me around on a day-to-day basis. I think I might have gotten myself stuck here. We'll see if it can do anything. I might try to intervene and just press the gas in a second. We'll see. Yeah, I think I got myself stuck because I wasn't paying attention to who was talking. But yeah, we just do this for fun. We really enjoy showing people what the system can do and really just testing it ourselves. Yeah, so it's gotten me quite stuck here. So I can't go into reverse, obviously, so I'm gonna have to disengage, reverse, then I should be able to re-engage and maybe get me out of here. Let's see what it can do. The system has gotten a lot better in the year and a half, 2 years I've been testing it. I've seen it greatly improve. I'm looking forward to the future improvements. We're nowhere close to being full self-driving or a full self-driven car, but one day, maybe. Definitely not on this hardware. Just a camera base only system. It's really not. It's not ideal. It works, but at times it's very scary situations it'll put you in. And if you're not paying attention, if you're sidetracked, if you're using the system, improperly, not the way it's intended to be used as a level 2 system, then you could be in trouble. You could very well hurt someone else, hurt yourself, or damage your car. And it would all be your responsibility, because you're the driver. And when you activate the system, you tell Tesla, yes, I agree to the terms, and I'm liable for any damage or anything the car does. And I need to be here to babysit it at all times. Stay aware. And now it's good. I still can't see. It can't see. I can see. And there we go. I guess I can see now. But like I said, it does a very good job 95% of the time. And then that other 5%, I give it more leadway than I should just to test the system. And I've seen a lot of comments where people get upset and say you shouldn't be doing this, you should take over, you should do this. And most of the time, when I'm off camera, I always take over and I report it and I tell it the issue. If it's something new that I've never encountered before, of course I'm going to disengage and report it to the system. But if it's something that I've reported 10 times over, I'm not going to disengage and report it in the middle of recording a video. I'm going to not necessarily do it for the views, but do it for viewers to see what the issues are firsthand, because people aren't going to believe what you tell them. Most people don't. Majority of people have a hard time believing what you put up on screen that's viewable to their eyes. They'll still question it and say, "Oh, you did this," or "Oh, you're hiding this." Because I took a full video and took a short from it and posted the short. Well, the short came through in a different aspect ratio than the YouTube video was posted, because it's for scrolling on your phone, shorts. And people were saying that I was hiding the screen, and other people are backing me up, and myself included are telling others in the comments, hey, you can check out the full video to see what the screen saw the entire time, my point of view the entire time without changing that field of view. And then they'll be like, oh, well, I'm here to look at shorts, or I'm here to watch shorts. I don't want to go to look at your full video. I'm not here to watch YouTube videos, or something along the lines of that. And you can never make you can never make everybody happy. And I'm starting to learn that, there's just those people that are gonna be having a bad day or gonna be trolling on the internet, and you just gotta let them do what they gotta do. Up here it says it's going to make a U-turn. I believe we're going to pull into another parking lot. I'll probably just allow it to pull into the parking lot depending on which one it is. I don't think we'll get stuck in this one, but we will be turning, I think, out of the back side of it, or the other entrance of it, so I'm going to let it pull in just for it. And if the car can get to its waypoint destination, and then I push the gas or the accelerator, it'll, tell it to go to its next route. A lot of times it just gets tripped up and thinks it needs to stay where it is. But so it needs to make its U-turn like right now, and it's not slowing down. Okay, so now it's slowing down. We do have a turn lane here, but I don't see how it's going to make a U-turn here. Okay, the U-turn was on the map, but it pulled into here, even though this wasn't where we were going. We were going over there. So, I don't think I should try to go back there. They're gonna get mad. So we're gonna back up real quick. Just go out the way I wanted it to. But yeah, their back gate over there is closed anyways, so I'm just gonna get stuck in there if I try to do all that. And yeah, again, it was supposed to make a U-turn. It didn't have enough room to make the U-turn, and it decided, well, the next best thing is just to turn into this complex, I guess, instead of getting stuck in an intersection. So here, well, now it says continue the route, even though it's supposed to turn into here. So here we go. It's turned in. Is it now going to slow down? Press accelerator to resume. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting everyone turned around. I'm gonna disengage again, just because I thought this was a... So I guess you get out on the back exit here, and that's what we'll do now. See, it never wants to erase the current one away. So yeah, we'll just roll with this up for now. We'll go into big screen in a second when we have a little bit more distance between our routes. It's a complete stop. It's I don't know how I can't see that. I can see perfectly clear as day, but I guess my side pillar camera couldn't see it from that angle. But yeah, the highly anticipated update, we'll see if we ever get it, you know, us Hardware 4 users. You know, it's something that I've really been looking forward to for a while. But at the same time, you know, I understand it is what it is. Electronics, computers, all that, you know, tend to update a lot faster than just say, you know, a car or other things for that instance. And so that's kind of where the problem is, you know, not everyone wants to get a new car every 2 to 3 years, and you know, we're at a point where we can't optimize to be, you know, running what the neural nets need for vision-based only hands-free driving. And so it's kind of just, you know, it's inevitable. You kinda gotta just accept that. So these are new routes to me. I'm trying to you know, switch it up a bit and just see how it does in areas that I don't normally drive. It helps me get a feel for, you know, are they just fixing the issues that I'm reporting on a daily basis, or, you know, are there other Teslas in this area that are driving these routes, or, you know, what's kind of the whole, you know, feel for the area. You know, does the Tesla do really well in the entire area I live in, or is it just, you know, the key portions that, you know, I drive in? Because before I started uploading 3 months ago, I had so many. I'd have like a 20-mile stretch home from work that I would take 2 or 3 different routes, always avoiding the highways. And I'd put in like maybe 2 or 3 destinations just to make sure, because you can't avoid highways on the Tesla nav. I would just always avoid highways by putting in different navigations, so I just didn't have to sit in traffic. And doing that, I would have upwards of 10 to 12 disengagements. Or interventions, I guess I should say. And it slowly started, you know, getting better and better over time. Each update, each, you know, couple weeks, it was slowly you know, getting to where I thought it was a usable system. And now we're at a point currently where I think it's actually amazing. Like, I think it works so well. It's crazy. Sorry, it wanted to make a right there. I knew that if I was taking that off, it was going to try to take me this way. So that's why I put my left blinker on, and luckily it thought about it for a second and got back to going straight through the yellow. But so there are things you can do. You can put your blinker on, and you can push the accelerator to try to give it, hey, let's get going, or hey, this is where you're supposed to be type of thing. And the car will 85% of the time, 80% of the time, listen to you and get over. Sometimes it'll just completely ignore the turn signal, and sometimes, it'll start to get over and then get back over into the lane you're currently in and then turn off the blinker. And, sometimes it'll just ride with it completely, just sitting on for, 30 seconds. But majority of the time, it will listen to your command and be like, okay, yes, I need to get in that lane. I'm hoping when we get 12.5 that, those, key things like, putting on my blinker to get over at the last minute or doing something, and not having the car have to like think about it or be like, hey, is that a good idea? Just listening and being like, yo, that's the move, or that's what we're gonna go with, type of thing. I love the car. I don't see myself driving any other car, at least, day to day, around town, daily basis type of driving. It is, in my opinion, the best car. I love one pedal driving. I love keeping my temperature cool. I love having, the option to cool the cabin before I get into the car. I mean, having an infant and having that sort of convenience is just incredible. I know a lot of cars, have remote starts nowadays, but you can set it to a T. And if we ever get self-park again, that would be great. If it's not gonna crash my car in a parking lot. But yeah, being able to get out with my child and get into the store quickly, or get the car to pull up to the door, or up to the load-in area, when you got groceries and a baby and it's raining, and those are just sort of convenience things that no other car manufacturer has nowadays, and other manufacturers are, wanting to get pieces of that from Tesla to use in their cars. I mean, Sentry mode might just be because Teslas, have such a, how do I say this? Not in my area per se as much, but I just see how many people posting about their Teslas being vandalized or damaged or keyed or purposely door dinged, and it's a shame. I mean, but having Sentry mode gives me that peace of mind, where at least I know someone can still do something, but in the back of my mind, at least I know that they're being watched, that I'll pretty much see it immediately, and at the end of the day, it's just a car, but it does really give me some sort of peace, I've got right here the sexy knob from, I believe it's Enhance Auto, but I had their sexy buttons, which this is their sexy button app, the dashboard for it, and it's phenomenal. I mean, you can set different shortcuts on your dash. You can set, your buttons. I have 2 buttons down here, and then I've got another button. Sorry, I'm gonna end this real quick just so it doesn't get tripped up too bad. Then I've got 2 more buttons, one right here, one over here. Now I'm really gonna mess some people up. Seems it worked out. Didn't screw anyone up too bad. So I love them though. You can map them to do different things. You can double click them to have them do 2 commands or separate commands, And then the knob right here has got all sorts of different commands, autopilot, hands off, preconditioning, regen, percentages, windshield wiper controls, volume, fold my mirrors, headlights, open glove box, change the the temperature, and like all this sort of stuff. So this one will move the seat forward. This one's the fan speed, and then it'll match the screen on the Tesla. They've slowly been updating it to where it works. You set it on here and it'll talk to the screen. Before it would set the temp, but it wouldn't change on the screen. They've been sending out updates. They do them like regularly, every week type of thing. They're actually really good about it. And if you're looking for buttons, some people say they don't have buttons. They don't have quick buttons. Their wife wants to do quick things in the car or a few different things, but doesn't want to have to go through all the touch screen and settings to get to them. This right here, Cybertruck white. I do like the white Cybertrucks. People wrap them white. I still think they look funny. And I might have bought one if they were available and they wasn't like a first year car type of thing. Once they get the kinks worked out, I might get one just because I love Teslas and it's a truck. But it can do more things than I can do in my, obviously, than my 3, a Y, even an X. I mean, it can do it all. So that's really what I'm looking for. Just something, actually, no. Let's take that back. I'm not looking for that. But if I were to be upgrading to another car, I would want just a truck or an SUV. I have an old Sequoia with 300,000 miles, but the back latch is broken on it twice where I can't open up the hatch anymore, and it's a great car, but it's just got those key things that I'll never really be able to fix. And so see here, it went left, right, left, right, left. I believe it was like 3 or 4 back and forths before it finally settled on a lane. And I've noticed that people in 12.5 videos on YouTube, and maybe 12.4 as well, but I know for 12.5 for sure, it doesn't seem like it has as many issues selecting the lane it wants to be in, lane selection initially, or doesn't have the confidence, I should say, picking the lane it wants to be in or it should be in. And it just looks very computer-like and AI, driven type of vibe I get from it a lot of times. I don't see many other cars around driving like that though. So I'm either just oblivious to other Teslas using full self-driving, or there's just not that many in my area that I encounter using full self-driving. We've got maybe two more stops on this route. I know it's been a long one. I'm just putting up like an hour video. I wanted to document multiple different stops, turns, and areas that I just don't frequently use the software. So that was the point of this video. You know, if you do enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let us know, what you would like to see, what you think about the system, if you would use it, questions you have, comments, concerns, and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out. If you want to see more, it really does. Going back to what I was saying, it's just a side thing I do. I'm not monetized. I don't have any money coming in from it. That's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to educate users and people that have questions about it, and people that are coming from other cars that want a Tesla or want full self-driving, and they don't realize that it's wordy. It's not full self-driving. It's not anywhere close to full self-driving. It's a level 2 system that is somewhat on the border of level 3. It could be to level 3, I believe, if maybe it needs some more hardware to be level 3. But I think they are on the cusp of the two, back and forth between level 2 and 3, just depending on the update. And I think Tesla will get there. Maybe not level 4 or 5 in the next 2 years or a year, like they think. This their whole robo-taxi, where they think they'll be having robo-taxis in the next less than 2 years. It's just, I'll say I was wrong, I'll admit it, but I just don't see the progress we've made in 2 years from when I got my car and started using the system to where we are today. I don't see it getting that much better in 2 years where it doesn't have a driver behind the wheel, unless you're talking about like the Waymo cars, where they've got radars and LiDAR sensors, all sorts of different things, right, to keep the car where it's going, and it can still only work in very, very minimal key areas that have been mapped for it to work in properly. And if Tesla's planning on doing that and optimizing specific cities or mapped out locations where their robotaxis will work, then maybe they'll be onto something. But I don't see it going anywhere near what they've anticipated or what Musk states. Elon, he is shooting for the stars. I did have a few people. We had one of our shorts blew up, got over 450,000 views or something at this point, well over 1,000 comments, and I've had a number of people asking either how to use the system properly, how the system works, or kind of just like, hey, I'm interested in a Tesla, but there's not really many tutorials on full self-driving. Like, is it pretty straightforward? I might not get many views, but I've been thinking about ultimately just kind of putting out a how-to video, just like a little tutorial on how to use Tesla full self-driving, tips and tricks to go with it, at least on the software build that I've been stuck on for however many months now. But just certain things like using your blinker and using your accelerator if you don't want to disengage, but the car is maybe stuck or not moving out of where it needs to go, or getting into where it needs to go, right? The car also, how you disengage, how you re-engage, how it works, on turns, and anticipating it doing the wrong thing, because it will do the wrong thing at the worst time possible. I mean, it is super scary and super, in some instances. Some people are like, you're just lazy, why do you use this system? And others are, thank you so much for using the system and training the software, so one day I'll be able to use this, or other people can use this in their old age and still get around and not need someone, to pay rides for, or do this, and they can have a car that can get them around even when they're at the age of not being able to, which someday will probably be there. And the people that look at it that way, I really do appreciate it, because I really am doing it because I'm interested in the software. I work 20 minutes from home, right? But I spend sometimes an hour plus one way on commutes. I could see upwards of an hour and 45 to 2 hour commute on there and back on a 40-minute round trip total without traffic. So it's nice to have a system that can do all the work for me when I want to be lazy. I don't want to get off work after working 10, 12 plus hour shifts, work in the film industry, studio, and I don't want to work in that kind of life, and then just be utterly exhausted and tired and not be able to even sleep on my ride home, you know? Like, that's my whole thing is, I don't want to sleep in the car, but I don't want to fall asleep while I'm driving my car. I think it's a good all-around system to have for safety, for elderly people, for young ones. I think it really is a good system to have. I think it does its job, and I don't really see in it have the full-blown issues that some people think it does. Some people think it's just the worst thing in the world, and it's gonna drive me into a tree and kill me, and you know, it's quite possible, but a drunk driver could come through that intersection right now and hit me, and I'd be dead. And if I was driving, even looking both ways, if they're going 100 around a corner or over a hill and you can't see them, I mean, it's kind of like anything could happen, sure, but you know, we don't anticipate the worst of the worst. And so, with how it's all going, it's not necessary. Not necessary to say, oh, you know, that car's gonna kill you. It's gonna drive you into a tree, or. That might be right though, because it's driven me into oncoming traffic. It's driven me straight up to curbs. I've driven straight towards a ditch in the rain. I think my camera overheated when we pulled into this neighborhood, but thanks again for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any other comments, questions, concerns, put them down below. We try to answer all of our comments on our videos, on our main videos. It's hard to answer the shorts with thousands of comments coming in. You know, we'll try to take the time, if I've got some time on vacation or something away from work, where I can go through all of them, but this is a newborn and work and life. I don't have time to go through thousands of comments. The ones I do see, I try to respond to, and my followers and other people in the comments that respond to people and explain to them situations or help them out by understanding more when I can, I do appreciate that more than you can imagine, because I don't have the time to answer it all right now. And really do appreciate everything, guys. I'm gonna disengage right here, just so it can get me back to like more of a area where I'm knowing where I'm going. We're back in a neighborhood right now, and I think that just goes down far to a dead end in this neighborhood, so we're gonna head back this way and get home for the night. I'll try to get this video uploaded from my GoPro. I'll have to download it, and then I'll have to go through some of the footage and edit what I can, and I'll put it together. And it's going to be a somewhat raw video, just an hour long or 50 minutes long, whatever the drive was, but I just want to get that footage out to y'all and up on my channel. Thanks again. Can't thank y'all enough for the 750 plus subscribers. we're so close to 1K, and I never even thought we'd be close to there, you know. So really do appreciate everyone. Until next time.